Hello there everyone and welcome back. I got my ass thoroughly handed to me there as I finally go up against the level 10 Chaos Fleet. Although, there was a lot of promise there. I would like to say, you wouldn't think the Lances would have breached through my hull of the Battle Barge that quickly, but I think it had more to do with the bombers, because I didn't have fighters available and I wasn't really watching for them, so... Nonetheless, with the jamming and all that there, I don't think there was a whole lot I could do. Hell, lack of upgrades is a huge contributor to my massive loss there. Because the extra 60 points that I got for being a lower level would not have helped too terribly. I don't think anyway. Because all I really would have got was a single frigate which would get shot down really quickly if there was a reason for the Chaos player to just shoot it with a bunch of lances. But it's a bit of a learning experience. There's something to be gained from that. I like to think the reload, what is it? Using the reload to get a faster micro warp jump can work to my advantage, but it might be a little bit smarter to just get in close aggressively, taking the brunt of the damage, preferably outside of range of Slaanesh, with the brace for impact ideally, and then save the micro warp jump for after he jumps. If somehow micro warp jump's available when he activates it. So we got ourselves a lower point fleet here, and I know for one I want to get this strike cruiser to level 4 ideally for when I get my 4th strike cruiser, although gonna be pretty awkward to do with just with the points I have to work with here, unless I want to take this strike cruiser with some vanguards. Is that a smart idea? I don't know if it is or not. I like the mobility, although I can only get 3 vanguards here, and the points allows for me to... I'm not sure how exactly I want to do this. Let's go with the 3 vanguards. Oh, I was going to say go with the 3 vanguards and a frigate, but I'm 3 points short. Go figure. Alright, this sounds better bang for my buck, although this strike cruiser is going to be a bit vulnerable. Its Thunderhawks would be great at sniping down some Widowmakers maybe, provided he does not go silent running on me. So we will see. Not that it's a huge issue at least. Although, let's see, 400 points, he's lower level of course, level 3 Admiral I want to imagine, so how many bonus points should I expect him to have? 450 maybe? Sounds reasonable, so... Easily, he can easily field like 2 Dominators. Well, if he's a level 3, he wouldn't even have a second cruiser, so... What could he possibly field? I want to say I should expect only 1 cruiser, and then... maybe... yeah, 2 light cruisers will round out nicely for him if he does have 400 points, but... I'm seeing 5 ships here. This could very easily be similar matchup to what I had before. 1 cruiser, 2 dauntlesses, and 2 frigates. That's what I'm feeling. Only differences here, I have the strike cruiser which will get hunted down if it gets too close. And it has a bombardment can when I'm ready to get in close that can do a notable amount of damage. But in the meantime, this strike cruiser is going to be hanging back, I think, and trying to harass and deal with those frigates. Because the one benefit of all these Thunderhawks is they can chase down a frigate relatively well if it could get to them. Because there's only fires and hull breaches that it can do as far as critical hits are concerned. So 2 hull breaches will practically, not quite, but practically kill a Widowmaker for me. Although there's a chance he probably has Firestorms, which is the Lance frigate, so if he's prepared for me, he's got Lances, which will do a notable amount of damage. And I do have a beacon to kind of force engagement early too, so still not seeing any torpedoes, so if he has a cruiser, then it has to be without a doubt a Dominator, unless he's too afraid to hit himself with the torpedoes. Because so far, this is looking pretty consistent with the last Imperial Navy match I had. As far as their movement. So, the question now becomes, do I waste a beacon to spot and harass early? It certainly doesn't hurt, because I shouldn't need to. And I've been neglecting my torpedoes some, haven't I? Now that I think of it. Oh well, let's give him a good scare. Let's give him a good old scare and just make our move. Because if he doesn't take evasive maneuvers, this is going to hurt. One hit on the frigates. Not a terrible thing. Beacon on them, and that is a firestorm. And I'm going to dodge the cruiser torpedoes easily enough. Do I send more Thunderhawks? I shouldn't just yet. Vanguard, get moving. I told you to turn so that way you can hopefully dodge. Is this what I think it is? Let's see, torpedoes and lance. So he's got a bit of a mix there. Alright, so finish off this firestorm. Take some evasive maneuvers. And hopefully these 3 Thunderhawks will finish it off. Please. A fire's decent, but not what I had in mind. Next time I should just commit fully to this sniping down his frigates one by one, because that is where his point bonuses come in after all, is all those frigates. Or at least it's paying for one of his frigates, and that thing should die with 2 fires on it. I think that much is safe to say. Now, how can I hit and do damage that's noteworthy? Let's see. That lance needs to die without a doubt. I hear supercharged void shield, so... And I like to fire the boring torpedoes, but that's not a good angle to hit the lance one. So, frigate's down. Torpedoes are going to miss. That's kind of what I was worried about. But the first frigate's gone. He is lightning striking me, which is odd. This might want to be my priority. It is a tyrant and it looks like it's trying to ram me. This is cute. At least use your brace for impact, buddy. And belt armor's gone already. Yeah, because I have more mobility than him. This is a fool's errand if he's going to try and ram me. I'm sorry, fella, it's not happening. If I have any way to prevent you from ramming me, I am definitely going to take it. Ooh, and you flew right into full 180 points worth of torpedo damage. That is a good feeling. If I ever felt it. Although I still like to kill that Earth Firestorm. And one of my macro batteries is down, but it's facing away from him, so I should be okay not repairing. I would like to say. Although, okay, I was wondering if my Thunderhawks were working or not, or went out. Can they get the Firestorm? Probably not. Probably not there, so let's try focus on this Dauntless here, if I can get a good bombing run. That was a bad boarding torpedo. Can I get the boarding? Sadly, you got a good double ram there from me hitting him. And boarding torpedoes are about to hit myself, so that's a little unfortunate. And he got 2 good critical hits on my prow, so this Vanguard is useless. Even with the belt armor, he had to get the critical hits he needed. Although that's what lock on with a lance will do for you, huh? Because he's doing the same on this cruiser. Can I get a critical hit? Kill that weaponry? That would be kind of nice. Even temporary damage would be good. Okay, belt armor's gone. That's a good start. Kills this one upgrade. Board the frigate. Potentially kill that. Or hell, I should ram it. I should seriously consider ramming it, because these lances are a threat, even if the frigate. And if it doesn't kill it, then I'll board it. Seriously? What happened to my brace for impact? I seriously want my brace for impact. I'm really bad at hitting hotkeys, aren't I? You think I would have learned how to use my brace for hit the right key, because that was clearly a brace for impact and not silent running. Although it could still be useful if I can get outside vision range. With my mobility is possible. So that keeps the cruiser safe. That frigate's gone. Now, and that tyrant has used its repairs, so begs the question, which ship do I go after? The Tyrant? Probably, because it's in the front. Supercharged voice shield means nothing. And this Vanguard, unfortunately, is only good for its kind of boarding potential, so it's really all it can do. And without torpedoes on this cruiser, there's no reason for me to dive in there aggressively. But I do have a reason to brace for this. 40% chance to crit is damn nice critical hit chance, so I will take it. Okay, deck's destroyed, I think that was the deck. He still has 3 ships there, so I don't know what happened to his one Dauntless. Probably just burning time to repair. I heard the torpedoes, so... Okay, those were only melted torpedoes, so that's not that exciting. So I can dodge that easily enough. Again, I have better mobility than them, so what's the issue? There isn't really an issue. And another 4 torpedoes just hit beautifully. I think 1 or 2 of them may not have done damage, but still, that's a damn good feeling. Getting multiple dumbfire shots in a row. Only thing left that this Vanguard can do is try and shoot down his torpedoes. Because all this really does for me is draw fire. And with 75 armor, it's pretty damn good pincushion, without a doubt. Also, I need to remember to activate my Chaplain. I think it's good muscle memory just to activate that just haphazardly, even if it is like the worst use of it. Because I could have used that earlier. Or at the very least, the plan was to use it to bait out kind of boring attempts. Although this is looking damn good for me now with all his prows gone. He did repair the 1 Dauntless though. And this one just repaired 2. So try and cripple it again. Because that is the one with the lance too, so gotta be careful. That could still hurt. Thankfully, it's shooting at the one that has full health. Now, getting close, make this a priority. Kill the lances. And you got more boarding, so do it. Do what you're born to do as a Space Marine. Although, preferably, I would like a critical hit. If you could do that, that would be nice. Okay, there goes broadside weaponry. There goes my second prow. He's doing damn good on those prows. So I think the situation warrants this Vanguard to stay very passive, because this is a suicide run trying to get in close with the amount of prow weaponry I'm losing. Although this ship is heavily damaged, that's on fire. If he can't repair that, that should die. Okay, he's warping out, so that's the next best thing. Oh no. He's just gonna kill it for me. How nice of him. He's a generous fella indeed. The tribute to the Emperor is noted, although those Thunderhawks were a complete waste, weren't they? So with that said, reload, keep firing more torpedoes. I should go after this Dauntless. That should be my priority with how crippled it is. Because now there goes my engines, so actually, let's make this one the priority. Because he's going to try and ram this thing now. Melted torpedoes did not do anything. So, we can get more boring in at least. So, let's get us more boring. If I could kill this Tyrant's engines, that actually would be pretty good for me. Because right now, he sees this ship as limping, vulnerable. And that's what he's going to go after, which makes it really damn easy to board. Although I should have got my torpedoes in at the same time. So that was a lot of successful crids. Not a whole lot I can work with just yet. Now, is he gonna not notice this? Is he not gonna notice? Ooh, if only torpedoes did like 10 more damage each, that would have killed it. Okay. That's not a problem. I'm wondering, do I save the brace for impact on the strike cruiser or not? I think I should wait until its shields are gone, quite frankly. Get some reloads, because the only way I'm going to win is with boarding, really, because I have no direct firepower anymore. No direct firepower, and I can dodge this easily. That is not an issue. Haha. Come after me. Come at me, bro. Whatever the phrase is these days. Come at me, bro. I'm pretty certain. Now, I'm going to wait till the Thunderhawks do its thing, then I'm going to do my bombing run, see if that kills it. Nope. Does that hit? That should kill him, because he's just standing there. Well, he was on fire anyway, so that was a complete waste. And we get value on the boarding. We get value with the chaplain, so that worked out nicely. So this is going to be a win, even if a little bit sloppy. Although, in all honesty, it was more him getting those eventual lucky critical hits on the prow that's hurting me more than anything else. Let's be fair. That's my entire strategy, is keeping my prow alive so it can actually hurt him. As it stands now, this thing is limping. It doesn't need to jump out yet. That's taking torpedoes in the face and Thunderhawks. And this one is going to board you, while absorbing a bunch of shield damage. Now, if he doesn't want to warp out, that's fine. I want to try... I should just warp this thing out, just because there is a chance he can go after it. And it'll also teach him he can warp his damn ships out, maybe, and keep it alive. Because right now, this thing is useless. It can't even repair any of the temporary damage on it. So, 5 seconds torpedoes. Get this Vanguard with my other one. So at least that way... Huh, I got distracted because I identified marker. I didn't realize that thing was hitting. So I ended up missing out a good boarding attempt as a result. Or a bombing run even. And right now the angle's really bad for straight up damaged torpedoes. So boarding is... Let's kill his engines, cripple it. Because he looks like he's committed defeat. So I'll let him run, I guess. Let him boost as far as he wants and let him warp it out. I'm still waiting. Are you going to warp it out or not? Because I can boost too, you realize? Hell, if I really want to, I could have sent these Thunderhawks out early. Oh, now it's too late. Those are going to cancel his warp, isn't it? They're going to cancel it, aren't they? That's going to suck. Well, I guess we're in for a little bit longer. If only he had done that sooner. He hesitates some. I'll give him his moment. Fire one more torpedo on the side to get the point across that he should leave. Spare his tyrant. Although hitting wreckage was not part of the plan. Although they're still going to hit to get the point across. It's not going to be heavily damaged. He'll live. He's going to keep that thing for next battle and get the free experience. That was a fun little slugfest, though. It's a little irritating to have all those proud critical hits, though, to complicate and draw things out. But fun nonetheless. Now, let's try not to do that again with the critical hits, please. Although, he was getting those critical hits probably because of the lock-on with his lances, so the Dauntless has a really good chance to critical hit with that lock-on, so it wasn't entirely out of the realm of possibility to get a bunch of critical hits on my systems. It's just the fact he kept hitting on the weapons and on the damn prow that was irritating. Because it seemed like none of my other components were getting destroyed throughout that entire fight. Except the belt armor, which I have no idea where they were going. But we got our level 4. I sadly don't have all the renown I would like to get. Well, I could. No, I can't get the upgrade, but I can get a new strike cruiser. And as much as I would love to get another one with Thunderhawks for a 600 point battle, I'm not going to have the points to field all 4 of my strike cruisers. So just to be able to field all 4 of them together for just more options for me, from what I can deploy. I'm going to stick with the Mark II. And I'm going to have to look into how I can make use of the Mark III at some point with the Lance. Although, I already have in mind to grab the Mark II Battle Barge to experiment with that, so If the Mark II proves successful, then I may have use for the Mark III down the road, if I ever feel like changing them. But nonetheless, this strike cruiser is pretty much battle ready, because I shouldn't need like 4 beacons if they're all fielded together. At least you would think. This is level 5, so Space Marines are getting enhanced for resistance to boarding. And we just need to get the points we need now to get this upgrade, and we will be looking good for our second Battle Barge. It's a bit of a long match, but not really long because I chose to, damn it. It was out of my hands entirely. I just had to fight with my hands tied behind my back, for lack of a better term. Because really, that's what it felt like. Because I need my torpedoes, I need my Thunderhawks, and with my strike cruiser, I sure as hell need my bombardment cannons if I'm gonna fight head on. Otherwise, the only thing that really got going for me is boarding and a little bit of stray damage from the macro batteries if I can keep hitting with them. Which, against a Tyrant, would be a losing battle if I were to rely on these things. Because they got 2 sets of macro batteries, not to mention the fact that they're more powerful normally, so I'm still a little bit of an underdog without my prow. Well, we got ourselves in our rematch here. And apparently the stakes are being raised a little bit, so 450 points? I could be a bit of a jerk and field my Battle Barge, couldn't I? Oh, that would be such a bad manner move, isn't it? Just field a Battle Barge and still have 150 points for another strike cruiser. It seems so tempting, though, I'm not gonna lie. Especially since I want the experience, so... Although 450 points allows for 3 strike cruisers, so now I actually have a good frontal force to fight them with. Even though it's assassination where I'm encouraged to stay at distance, which really isn't all that difficult considering I have the better mobility. Although, boarding torpedoes on all of these ships here, well, not boarding torpedoes, but all of them being armed with torpedoes are sure as hell gonna hurt if I do want to get in his face. So now, the tables have turned. Before, I relied on crippling his ships and whittling them down. Now, I have a lot of teeth to bear on him. Nonetheless, though, let's try and keep our options open, because a warp out victory is still pretty tempting and not really that difficult if I'm good about my positioning. So, I know he has a Tyrant that's still alive, and he's probably going to field that. He had a Mark 1 and Mark 2, Dauntlesses, so it's a question of what would his second cruiser be. Not to mention the fact he has 2 other light cruisers, which are either Mark 1 or Mark 2, so it's really the cruiser that I'm curious about. Since he does have like 5 different variants of cruisers that he could field, so I need to be prepared for that. Holy crap. Well, desperate times call for desperate measures, I guess, and he's bringing out the frigates. As much as I would hate to ruin his day more by killing everything, he's just given me a lot of free renown if I do just stomp his fleet. Underway. And I could use some renown right now. I'm short about 100 or so to get all the upgrades I need. Okay, probably not the best torpedo shots there, but I'll force some evasive maneuvers at least. And let's see. Ooh, can I kill the Cobra? Ooh, 2 torpedo hits on the Cobra. You never see that. And I could just lightning strike kill it. Let's just kill it. Let's get it out of my misery. Get it out of my misery. Get this Admiral ship. I just realized that was the actual Admiral ship, so... And he's got a lot of lances, so... We know what we're going to have to try and do is kill off a lot of these frigates. And I think that was not a good idea. I'm going to do boarding torpedoes and hope it hits the frigates. All the while, just getting the hell out of this. Because this thing's stuck behind a rock and in between a rock and a hard place now. Ooh, bombardment cannons. Thank you for that critical hit. And I mean critical hit is in actually killing the damn thing, because that was a damn worthwhile shot. Oh, what the hell? I hit you, which is the hotkey I have for brace for impact. How the hell was that not you? I don't even think... Yeah, I have to stretch really hard to hit the I key for my silent running, so I'm a little bit shocked that it was silent running. Unless I'm suffering some kind of glitch, or visual UI glitch. Although, not much I could do about it now. I'm hearing torpedoes though, so... Ooh, the prow's gone, so that's another lance out. Can I fire torpedoes off on this thing? I don't want to kill it that hard. But it is the most tempting thing right now in my arc. Ooh. Even though 2 of them hit, there was still no damage. He got the better end of that deal. Oh, damn it. If only high energy turned that one, it could dodge. And now I'm just going to ram myself, so... Okay, repair that damage. Hit that cruiser. Still not very good torpedo hits, and one went right through the engine. So there's a weird hitbox issue. And now, if he doesn't get that out of the way, that dies. Unless his luck holds out more. If he knows what's good for him, he wants to get out. Oh, it's too late. That Dauntless is not long for this world. I think I did enough to him. I don't want to break his spirit that much more. But we sure as hell are going to kill these firestorms. If I actually hit the damn thing. If I had hit the firestorms, that would be a different story altogether. If he wants to try and cancel the warp, then by all means do it. There, I killed me a frigate. Well, pretty short and sweet. He had the right idea in least utilizing lances, but when you kamikaze your frigates in the boarding range for me, and let Cobra get hit by 2 of my torpedoes, unless that was a Widowmaker, it could have been a Widowmaker, then you're just asking to lose. I'm sorry. Even with the right strategy in mind to deal with my high armor, diving into my torpedoes and boarding does not bode well for you. But I'll take the free renown at least. I'm sorry for your level 2 Dauntless not making it through. Well. At the very least, he's got half a level's worth in on that dang thing. That if it was the same tyrant, so he's leveling that up quickly, regardless. So probably still worth it for him. So we're going to continue with our usual routine, get our beacon in. Although again, I'm finding that situation where I want to experiment with the auger probe. Just how useful is it? Only thing I can think of is the short cooldown, which I don't think is worth it with the raw number of strike cruisers I have with beacons, and how easy it is I can field multiple of them. So it's probably not worth it, but I'm finding myself in that situation where I'm trying to figure out where can I find that useful that an auger probe doesn't just straight up do. Because these probes are great for beacons, they're great for asteroid belts, they're great for sticking on the ships that rely more on evasive tactics, even though I'm going to have difficulty breaking down their shields normally to really do that. This has a lot more versatility where, really, the recon probe, the other one, is just good for displacing and forcing them to move around it, which, let's be fair, I already got something much better to force him to move. What can I say? Nonetheless, the strike cruisers we also level 4, I got the renown for it, so let's capitalize on its ability to hopefully kill frigates really quickly by giving it faster Thunderhawks. And sometime down the road I would like to upgrade it so the Thunderhawks can also be used as bombers, because 30 damage a pop for each one of these Thunderhawks is no joke, especially really good for executing a ship that's limping already. I feel that has a lot of uses, because if a cruiser's low health, they have very little point defenses, and what's really good again at ships with no point defenses? The Thunderhawks. So I feel like this is great for executing my ships when I do get that upgrade. Maybe not so much early on though, because of how many point defense and how close together most of their ships are to shoot them down. But nonetheless, good progress there. fun matches. I feel bad for him though for probably ruining his day though.